Good afternoon everyone, I'm Victoria and Spencer-Kibble from Vast Therapy, and I help professionals to cope with their grief and their sadness so they can feel happy again. And I put a picture up earlier on my social media with my dog Max, and everyone knows I adore my dog Max. But it was something that me and the children were talking about that we kind of wanted to share with everyone, because our bereavement, our grieving, our mourning, we actually believe that Max was very in tune with us at the time. Max certainly didn't look me in the eyes for 3 days. Just because they can't use words and speak doesn't mean they can't feel and our energy and talk to us, because he most certainly speaks volumes, my dog does. But yeah, after I lost Carl and my first husband, he literally wouldn't look at me for 3 days. He lay next to me, and he was the greatest comfort in those early days that I could possibly want, just because he would just listen to me talk and I could cuddle him, and it was unconditional love. And sometimes that's all we need with grief, is an ear, a shoulder, somebody to just listen to us. Even if we don't make sense, just listen to us, let us offload. It's a way of us letting go, because if we don't let go of those feelings, especially in those very early days, they will manifest and they become suppressed emotions. And when they're suppressed emotions, they will manifest and come back stronger and fiercer and come out in different ways. So yes, Max is definitely a big part of our family. I even went and got a picture of when he stole the show on my wedding day, when I got married to my second husband, Stuart. What a wonderful day that was. That was about us becoming a family. So yeah, dogs are definitely family, and as you can see, he was my ring bearer, stole the moment all over my wedding. Me actually saying hello, I'm the bride, but yeah, everyone adored the dog because of how cute he looked. But yeah, he was wonderful. And even when the registrar said, I've just told this a client, I'm just waiting for my next one, and I told this client just that even when the registrar was saying who's got the rings, the dog literally put his paw up like that. He knew. So just because they don't speak words doesn't mean they don't know. So do dogs grieve as well? Do they feel grieving? Well, I certainly watch my dog's body language, and yeah, they stare like we stare when we're in a daydreaming state, in a different brain wavelength, brain wavelength, when we're dropping into alpha and theta, staring. I definitely saw that. He definitely whined quite a lot right at the beginning as well, and the cowering as well. Obviously, he's a rescue dog. We rescued him, but he's had the wonderful life with us. He's now 14 years young, but his ears certainly tell a lot about grief as well, and his ears literally, I feel like they talk to us, and he paces a lot. So definitely be aware that your animals pick up your grief and your mood. So it's really, really important that you have that closeness with your dog, and I certainly do. So my daughter wanted me to say today that do dogs feel grief? And yes, they absolutely do. And we just have to keep routine for them. Just like we keep routine for us, we need to make sure there's no negative behaviours. There's not any destructive behaviours, there's not a loss of appetite, there's no major changes in their routine when they go for a walk, when they eat. Anyone who owns a dog knows that, they literally know when the time is for us to come in from work and the kids to come in from school. We need to keep a routine, so do they. And if you notice anything like that that's changing, especially destructive behaviour, you need to address it, both with the children and the dog. Sometimes I'm not sure which is worse, but yeah, I have a furry son as well as an actual son. So yeah, my two children absolutely adore the dog, and through our grief, our process, and our different stages of grief as well. Certainly, Max has gone between us as a family. He sees us as his pack. So he will go to my son initially, definitely Ben's dog. Then he's kind of veered over to my daughter Gigi. And now he's definitely Stuart's dog, my second husband's dog. He makes him pay for it all the time. I allowed you in this house, basically, the dog says to him. But he, as a whole, he rounds us up as a pack. And yeah, I absolutely believe that animals can feel our feelings, feel our energy, and they know exactly what we're talking about. And they definitely talk to us back in their own simple way. But that was just something that my daughter Gigi wanted to know and wanted me to talk about. Do animals grieve? And yes, I do believe they do. And just like us, we need to look after them, but they need to look after us as well. It's their job in their minds. But I just wanted to come on and pop on and say about that. So if you're suffering and struggling with grief, stress, anxiety, all the secondary losses that come alongside grief, then I'm Victoria and Spencer-Kibble from Mass Therapy, and I'm going to leave my Calendly link in the comments below, and you can by all means just hit that Calendly link, get a free discovery call to see how I could help you. And just as he's off on his grumps now, I just thought I'd let you see the dog off now. Max, there he is. So my old boy there, little old man, grumpy old man. Oh, he's coming back now. Hello, beautiful. So that is my dog Max, and yes, he definitely sees any grief, any loss, any negative energy that I have. He's the most wonderful companion. My best friend, aren't you, mate? So yeah, remember everyone, inspire to achieve and achieve to inspire. Have a lovely evening.